Good Lord. As I dribble. What's up, party people? And we are back with the brand new edition of Course. We made it. We made it to Friday. And I'm super excited for it to be Friday. My daughter graduated high school or middle school yesterday. I officially have a high schooler. Can you believe it? And then I went out with my friend yesterday, and two of my friends yesterday. I'm a homebody. Like, I'm a super homebody. So bear with me today, guys, because I woke up with a sore throat. I have a sore throat, and I am not feeling well. So I'm manifesting that I feel amazing. I feel absolutely amazing. Okay? Because this is not the vibe. I've got like a dozen coaching calls today to not feel fucking amazing. So there's that part. What up, Tyrese? What up, Mickey Mouse? Welcome. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else to work in your favor. I know that sounds good to you. Click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. I've got sleep hypnosis, meditations, text coaching, a WhatsApp group that you will get inspired by all the success stories that pop off in there, like literally daily. Okay, so subscribe. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of the U, so you can head on over there and watch the replays. Subscribe while you're there. The link is in my bio. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. If you do what the fuck I tell you to do, there's that part, then you'll get what you're supposed to get, your SP. What up, Lynn's Mystic Vibes bestie? So there's that. Thanks, Steffi. Okay. Hi, Aisha. You look new. Welcome to the family. You will love it here, where I help you manifest your SP back, and I will also kick your ass and yell at your fucking ass if you come in here and whine, moan, and groan like a little baby. That's how I get you results, though. You know what I'm saying? We talk mainly about SPs around here. If you don't like it, scroll to the next live. If you want to know how to manifest your SP back, or you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them for you. That is why I'm here. Okay. I'm loving this for you, Jules. Snaps for Jules. Look at this. We just got started. Snaps already. We have a friendly contest here every day on the TikTok. So if you repost this video, share this live, or like this live, hearty, then you're entered to win some amazing prizes. But excuse me while I take a picture of Jules' stuff. After she said, in case you cannot read, because if you're on watching the replay, you can't read the comments. So Jules said after no contact, her SP talked to her in public today or yesterday and called again when she got home. And then she gives me credit, even though it's her. She just took my advice. And she no longer views gutter trash as an obstacle, but she's using her to get what she wants. Yes, that's right. She doesn't care anymore. Oops. Let's mute this volume here. She doesn't care anymore. She's going to get what the fuck she wants. Yeah, baby. Yes. So if I manifesting my SP, but I see no movement, I just keep persisting, right? That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Because you have to know that you may not technically be seeing movement in the 3D. However, there's always movement. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. So your job is not to question anything. Okay. Your job is to persist, because what happens behind the scenes will push into your 3D. Okay. Where you will see the movement, but know that it's been there the entire time. It's kind of like one of those, what's in the dark must come to the light. That's where that comes from. Okay. So it's going on behind the scenes. Don't worry about it. Persist no matter what. Okay. This is like when somebody posted in our WhatsApp group about her success story. And after no contact, he broke no contact. And he said, thanks, Tyrese and Lisa with the butterfly. He broke no contact. And he said, he says, I think we should get back together. And she said, yes, I agree. And he said, I've been thinking about this for weeks while in no contact, right? So you have to know that whatever you're thinking about when it comes to your SP, they're also thinking about. Okay, because it's thought transmission. That's how this works. So the more, so whenever, that's where it's important for you to think about what you're thinking of, or for you to remember that, because you have to remember, well, what am I thinking about? Because he's hearing my thoughts. So I'm going to control what's being passed to him, like a game of telephone, you know? It's the same thing. You know, you are sending him a signal every time you're thinking about him. So what are you choosing to think about? So I don't want you, and this goes to fucking every one of you, to understand that you're not in charge of the how, but I need you guys to stop focusing on no movement. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're counting down the time. Like you're focused on the time and no movement. I got a fucking text today. She's like, 3 weeks and still nothing. LOL. I wasn't laughing. She was laughing. I was not laughing. I didn't think that shit was fucking funny at all. Because there's always movement, right? I just got off a phone call with somebody and helped her realize that you're not in control of the how, okay? You can try to control the how, sure. But oftentimes it won't be what you think it's going to be, right? That's not your problem. You have the easiest job in the world, and that is just to focus on what you want, okay? But realizing that even though sometimes things look like they're getting worse, they're not. You know, her situation very much resembles mine. And I was like, no, this is your birds before land. This is exactly what needs to happen for you to get your entire manifestation. So we keep going. We keep going. Oh, look at that. Chelsea has movement. Steps for Chelsea. She asked to meet on Wednesday. I love this. I love this. Now, Chelsea, you're going to control how this meeting is going to go. She's telling you everything you want to hear. She's going to tell you everything you want to hear. She's telling you everything you want to hear. Say that on Wednesday before you meet her. And then come back on Thursday and let us know when she told you everything you want to hear. That should be any of you that are going to go meet up with your SPs and movement. You should all be telling yourself that when you know you're going to see them, they're telling me everything I want to hear. They're going to tell me everything I want to hear. He's telling me everything I want to hear. She's telling me everything I want to hear. So SP left when gutter trash learned about us. We don't call them 3Ps around here. That implies competition. Nope. All right, Lisa. So we call them gutter trash because no one competes with trash. Okay. Now I need you to extend on your comment there. And I need to know, you said it's the third time. This is a pattern. Okay. This is a pattern. So is it with the same gutter trash? I need to know that. And then I'll get to telling you what you need to do. Okay. Oh, good, Nadine. You're making progress, bitch. I'm proud of you, bitch, because you are making progress. The fact that you did not react since yesterday, I'll give you kudos. Snaps for Nadine on that shit, bitch. Because the fact that Nadine she used to be a notorical reactor. So one day at a time, bitch. One day at a time. Oh, Linz. I get to see SP tomorrow, but he's not going to work. He's there to see me. Of course he's there to see you. Duh. Of course he's there to see you, girl. He's coming up with ways to see you. What up, CC girlfriend? Okay, so I see you said yes. All right, AJ, what up, bitch? Have you put your big girl panties back on? Good. Okay. So Yes, you are, Courtney, and you're a master at this shit, bitch. Like, you get things quickly. So I want you to go back to when you were getting things quickly, because I'm still working with you, okay? But I want you to go back to when you were getting things super quickly. Check your mentality, then go back to that same state you were in, okay? Okay, I'm going to get to you, by the way. Don't worry. I did not forget about you, but I'm working my way down. Okay, how do I stop overthinking? My mindset is more positive now about SP. Oh yeah, harassment and bullying. Okay, whatever. How do I stop overthinking? My mindset is more positive now about SP, but sometimes thoughts pop up. So this is, Vanessa, this is where it comes up. This is where you flip the thoughts. Or if you're overthinking, then, seriously, baby, I know. But when I yell at you, no violation. Go figure. This is where you affirm. Okay, this is what affirming is for. Affirming is simply a tool to distract your thoughts. That is what that's for, to keep your thoughts in check. You can't think two opposing thoughts at the same time. So you affirm. Instead of overthinking, it's like, nope, affirm. Affirm, affirm, affirm. There's nothing to overthink if I'm affirming for what I want. Okay, then there's nothing to overthink. Okay, you don't need to, there's no need to overthink. All you need to do is do. Just do it. Just do it. That's it. No overthinking involved. No overthinking. When you're overthinking, that's when you should be affirming. Because either way, you're processing a thought. So what thought do you want to process? Make sure it's a thought you want instead of overthinking, because that is wavering. Okay. So we want to cut down the amount of wavering by distracting your thoughts. All right. Excuse me. I get a little winded. Thanks, Carolina and Kirsten. So in our inner convos, can we talk to them, like tell them how they feel about us? 1000%. 1000%, Lisa with the butterfly. You're in control of that. You're in control of what they think about you. You're in control of what everybody thinks about you. And what they feel about you. You're in, thanks, I'm Kitty, girlfriend. You're in control of all that shit. Of all that. You know, I realized I'm going to start doing something for my fan club, because I was like, what do I do with them? I'm going to, once a week, I'm going to start hosting a private. I got to figure out how to do that shit, of course. Thank God for Bevy. I got to figure out how to host a private live that will only be exclusive for my fan club. Okay. Oh, that's right. I love a good movement story. Okay. Now let's continue. Okay. Now, Lisa, we're back to you. Thanks, Liz. Okay. Well, thank you. 1, 2, 3, drink. I am beautiful. Okay. So, Lisa, now we're going to get back to you. Okay. So if this is the third time and it's been with the same gutter trash, the reason for that is because you are repeating the patterns. Okay. So it's like gutter trash leaves. Then you get back together, but you're running your relationship the exact same way you did the first time. And therefore he leaves again, goes back to the same gutter trash. Then he comes back. You run your relationship the same way you did the first time and the second time. And then he leaves again and goes back to the same gutter trash. Okay. So if they're going back to the same gutter trash, that is because you have banished her to the dumpster. So kudos to you on that. But you have brought her out of the dumpster instead of letting the dump truck take her out. Okay. So typically what happens is you stop. I don't know if you were affirming to get rid of her, but you stopped whatever you were doing when he came back. You can't do that. You can't do that because you bring her right back out that dumpster. Okay. Because anytime he does anything that slightly resembles old behavior, old patterns, you think about somewhere in your mind, you think, is he talking to her still? Are they still talking? You know? And that's not the vibe. Thanks, Shells. Thanks, Elizabeth Butterfly. Okay, so you can't do that. That's why you bring her out the dumpster over and over and over again. You keep her in your reality. So when you banish gutter trash again, quickly, then you have to continue to affirm against her. So until you are comfortable, thanks, Anna Maria, until you are comfortable. Okay, when you're comfortable that like, no, this is a wrap, she's fucking gone, then you'll naturally stop affirming against her. But you must continue. So like, let's say you're affirming that she's fucking crazy. He hates her. All they do is argue she's gone away, right? So now you get confirmation that gutter trash has gone away. So now you still affirm that he fucking hates her. She's gone away. You just cut out the all they do is argue because you want her gone, not to stay in communication with him, obviously. And so it's like, no, he fucking hates her. She's gone away. He hates her. She's gone away. And you still affirm against her. And then you check your thoughts. You check your thoughts. But at some point in time, this is for all of you, you have to start trusting your SPs and taking them at their word. Because you have to remember this, logically speaking, okay? Logically speaking, when I was young, a teenager, and we used to hang out in the Taco Bell parking lot because we were so fucking cool. Me and my friends would hang out there. And girls would come around, like they'd bring their girlfriends around, and their girlfriends were like massive haters against me. Obviously, I know why. But they did not like me at all. And they would like give me shady looks, like because most of my friends were guys. And they thought that we were fucking around. And I was like, no, bitch. Listen, I'm not the one you have to worry about. Trust me, they're messing around, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. If they're introducing you, you don't have to worry about them. You know what I'm saying? If they're talking to you about certain things, certain people in their life, you don't have to worry about them. Because why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? It's, so you have to start taking them at their word. You have to start trusting them. That's a relationship, is trust. So you need to take them at their word for it. Okay, and when he says she's gone, okay, it's a wrap. Fuck her. I'm still going to affirm against her just for my own thoughts, just to keep my own thoughts in check so that she continues to stay banished. You have to do that. And Sierra's crazy. And he fucking hates her. She's gone away for good. She's literally, you're welcome, Chelsea, girlfriend. She's literally gone away for good. You understand? Do you understand? I know you said yes. I know, Brandy. Brandy's like, I love all the movement and successes today. I know. Me too. Me too. Nadine, I will read yours. Good, AJ. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. How do you manifest someone blocked out of my life forever and son's life? Well, MJ, that's not a good way to look at it. Thanks, Shells Bells. That's not a good way to look at it, okay? So how do you manifest? Okay, here's the thing. If you want to view someone as blocked out of your life forever and your son's life forever, that has to be true for you. That has to be true for you. Because you're looking at him being blocked out of your life and son's life forever. Then that has to be true. That has to be true. So you don't need to look at it that way. First of all, drop the forever shit, because unless somebody's saying they love me forever, they lose me every time they say forever. Doctors, when they say forever, I'm like, I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah, okay, I'm not listening. Because forever doesn't work for me on anything. Unless it's what I want to hear. But if anyone's going to tell me something is forever, I'm like, oh no, you lost me at that shit. You can't eat red meat forever. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, no, okay. That's going to be a hard no. You know, because when I had my gallbladder taken out, they gave me a whole fucking list of foods that I need to eat sparingly forever. Bitch, I eat what the fuck I want. I haven't looked at that list not one time. I looked at it the first time and I was like, yeah, okay, that's going to be a hard ass no. You should limit your salt intake. What? So you think I should eat bland food for the rest of my life? Yeah, that's going to be a hard no. A hard no. You know what I mean? I got my mom a free steak yesterday. She's welcome. She's welcome. Yep, got her a free steak. Then I was reminded why I don't fucking go out, because I was exhausted yesterday. I didn't even get home till like 10 o'clock. I was exhausted. Then woke up like this. Anyway. It could have to do with the fact that I yelled and screamed a lot at my daughter's graduation. I don't even know what it's called. It was called a clap out. Clap outs are fucking stupid. They're so stupid. Me and the bartender were talking with my bestie. And he was like, did your kids do the clap out? He goes, I thought that was a fucking joke. Until I called school and I was like, are you serious? What the hell's a clap out? It's the stupidest shit in the world. That's what it is. Everybody stands there and as the middle schoolers fucking stroll like they're on a fucking, it was like, I was like, can you walk any fucking slower? Seriously. Could you walk any slower? Let's speed this up. And then some lady behind us was like, can you guys move back? Because we can't see. I was like, you should have got here earlier then, bitch. I'm not moving back. There's a 6'4" person in front of me and I'm 5'2". No, I'm going to move to the side. If you can't see your kid, that becomes a you problem, not a me problem. I'll stand right in the middle of that fucking walk path to see my kid. So I don't know what to fucking tell you. It's probably why a lot of parents don't like me, because if they say something, I will be like, okay. I don't care. So MJ, if you want to manifest, as I digress, if you want to manifest someone being, and we're going to talk about this too, because this is a problem with some of you ladies, which needs to stop. So in society in general, it needs to stop. Okay. You need to look at him not being blocked out of your life, because one, being blocked is exactly that. No communication, because you're blocked out of your life forever, and son's life forever. You got to stop viewing that like, no, we talk all day, every day. What are you talking about? Like, no, he's constantly coming around. Like, he's very much in our lives. Okay. You have to see him as that version of him, not someone who's blocked out of your life forever. Okay. Which is a good segue before I get to the rest of the questions is, okay, look, I'm not saying any of you are like this, but if you are, I strongly suggest you take what I have to say to heart and really give it some thought. Because this is a problem in society, is where people use children as pawns in their fucking games. Children are children, innocent bystanders. And if you have someone in your life that is willing to be, that wants to be there in your child's life, how fucking dare you deprive them of that ability? I mean that with a passion. With a passion. Because a lot of people like to act like, a lot of women, this is a woman thing, let's be frank. Where they use their children in a pawn in their fucking game. With their SPs. And that's not okay. It's not okay at all. Because first of all, I had this problem with my brother's baby mother until she realized real early on that my family don't fuck with us. Because I get what I want. So if you think that you're going to try and use my nephew and a pawn in your little fucking game, where you're going to act like my brother's some crackhead down the street and get supervised visitation, what the fuck are you talking about? She learned real early on. I said, I'm not the one to mess with. Don't fuck with me, because I know a lot of people. So I have lots of attorney friends. And so I called one of them. She didn't even do child law. Now she wants to do child law, because finally the baby mom said, I'm done. She's like, I'm done. She goes, because every time she took him back to court, it got worse for her. Yeah, because I'm not going to play games. But I sat there pregnant, because my nephew and my daughter are a month and a half apart. I sat there in the hospital pregnant and said, please, your child is innocent. And my brother wants to be a father to his child. So how fucking dare you deprive them of that ability? Because as someone who has a child and the father is not, could I manifest the father back into my child's life? Yeah, but for what? I don't have any desire to do that. Okay, so could I do it? Sure, 1000%. Did I manifest him to not be a part of her life with what I know now? Yes, actually I did. But not consciously. I was not aware of this, okay, at the time. But because my life is an open book, I don't give a fuck, okay? But when you have somebody who wants to be there for your child, you should let them. Because as somebody who has a child whose father's not, and by his own choice, is not choosing to, because I'm petty. So I said, fine, if you can't remember our child, cool. I'll remind you of our child every fucking time you get paid, bitch. I gave him 9, because that's just my personality. I gave him 9 years to be a father to our child, because I only wanted him to be a father. I could care less. I did not have a child for a paycheck, you know. So I gave him 9 years. 9 years. She was in NICU when she was first born for a month. Not once did he come and see her. Not once was he there in the hospital room. None of that. So if you have somebody who does, you need to understand that just like you have feelings, so do men. So do men. My heart broke last night when I spent 40 minutes on the phone with someone whose SP was trying to take the child away from him. For what? He's a good person. He's a good man. But trying to use him as a pawn. Don't do that. If that's you, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Because who suffers the most in that game? Your child. Your child. This is why I'm going to be putting together, I was going to do a Zoom, but I want Kings, in case you're in here on this live, for the Kings group in my WhatsApp, I'm doing a private training for them. But I decided that I'm going to make video series for you guys. So I'm going to make I don't know how many fucking videos yet, but it'll be like shorter videos, but you guys will have like lifetime access to that, so that when other men join the community, that they will have access to those videos too, to understand, you know, and to help them out. Because you ladies like to act like men don't have fucking emotions. They do. They have feelings. Hello. Okay. So why don't you start taking their feelings into consideration instead of only your own? Okay. Because you react to fucking everything. You take everything personal as if they don't have their own shit going on. Come on. Come on. You act like they're just complete human. They're just completely emotionless human beings walking around. And my feelings, though, matter, but theirs don't. That's what I'm saying, baby. That's what I'm saying. I was like, fuck that broad. I don't like it, but that's fine, because we're going to recreate her. We're going to recreate her today to be everything that she wants to be, because she wasn't like that. She wasn't like that at first, but she changed, and we know why, obviously. So we're going to recreate her today. But I just hope that resonates with you, is to understand that if you're in talks with your SP, stop fucking taking everything personal and stop acting like they just don't give a fuck. And they're just like, come on. Because you guys do that. You're like, they're narcissistic, avoidant, this, that, and the fucking third. Seriously? Seriously? But you do realize in the same breath, thanks, Tyrese. You do realize in the same fucking breath that you're identifying them as narcissistic. You're probably very much a narcissist. Just saying. Let's call it what it is. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like this, then this video is not for you. I don't give a shit. But you're identifying them as that because that is how you see yourself. That is what it is. Because why you want to make things all about you, what is that? Why you want to call them a narcissist, what does that make you? So let's get a grip, okay? Now, I'm not saying that things shouldn't be all about what you want. Yes, but at the benefit of him too. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we rewrite stories to benefit him too. Thanks, Tamara, Tyrese, if you literally take this and you say, like, if you've ever jumped on a call with me and we recreate your SP, I always throw in something beneficial for your SP because it's not just about you, but they have passed too. So it's like, yes, we are sharing and liking today. Bevy, I can see the shares and the repost. But anytime we jump on the call, I'll be like, let's say they've had things in their past. I'm like, they've completely healed from their past. I always say that if they've had problems in their past, is recreating your SP so that it doesn't just benefit you, but it benefits them and your relationship. Because that's what this is about. There's two people in a fucking relationship, for Christ's sakes. There's two people in a relationship. You can, yes, we make things like we recreate them to be everything you've ever wanted and a bag of fucking chips. Yes, that's what we do on our calls. But we always take them into consideration too. You need to start doing that. And stop getting your fucking panties in a bunch. And you know who the fuck I'm talking to. When you sit there and say, they didn't message me back. Maybe they're fucking busy. Maybe they're busy. Have you thought about that? Who gives a fuck? Maybe they're busy. Grow up. Grow up. And persist forward. Period. I don't give a fuck if they didn't message you back. So what? They're busy. They're going to message me back right now. In fact, they're messaging me back today for sure. Why don't you take a page out of my book? Because so I was telling somebody, like, I'll get a phone call, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh, my good night text. I put down my phone. 2 minutes later, ping. Because you know what I don't do? Do you know what I don't do? Whine and bitch and moan and self-loathe over the fact that, oh, they haven't texted me back yet. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You need to stop giving a shit. That is fucking some petty bullshit. That is some petty elementary school game. And this is your problem. This is your problem. If you're like that over a text, you're taking every fucking thing personal. They tell you about something they got going on in their personal life, in their reality, and you're taking it personal. Are you serious? For what? For what? When you should be leveraging. But can't make you do it. I can only tell you what to do. Can't make you do that shit. So you have a decision to make. Do you want to act like an adult? Do you want to stop whining and crying over some stupid little bullshit? Because is that what you plan to do your entire life? Is that what you plan to do your entire life? In your entire relationship, you're going to get your panties in a bunch because they didn't text you back right away? Seriously? And they'd be like, he never responded. Of course, he's not going to. He's not going to, because all you're fucking doing is questioning if he's going to fucking text you back. And counting down the minutes that you sent the text and you're checking and he still hasn't texted you back. I sent him a text at 12 p.m. and it's now 2 p.m. and he still hasn't texted back. Oh, now it's 6 p.m. and I still haven't heard from him. And oh, now it's midnight. Still haven't heard from him. Went to bed the next day. Oh, he still hasn't replied. Well, then he ain't going to fucking reply, bitch. Then he ain't going to reply. Or you can sit there and say, oh no, he's texting me back. I know he's just going through something, but he's texting me back. He's just busy. I don't even know why that's hard. Why is that fucking hard? Why is that a hard thing to do? Nadine, you can, but you need to leave the date alone. Okay, for you, I think it would put pressure on you and stress on you. What I want you to do is what I told you to do, and you're going to focus on, you are literally, before I move into Nadine, I hope all of that resonated with you, because it's not the fucking vibe. I told you, you guys could get your shit if you'd act like a fucking adult. If you'd act like an adult and somebody who wants what they want, like, you either want them to text you back or you don't. So if you want them to text you back, then why do you continuously harp on the fact they haven't texted you back? If you want them to come see you, why are you continuously harping the fact that they haven't fucking seen you or aren't coming to see you and giving them all these excuses on why they can't come see you because they're just so fucking busy. Like, they're just so busy. They got this, that, and the third going on. What? What are you fucking talking about? You know, if you want them to actually keep their commitments with you and follow through with their plans with you, why do you waver when they make plans with you and question if they're going to follow through with them? What are you fucking talking about? Why do you do that? For me, this is like, no one had to tell me this. No one had to teach me this. Because for me, this was fucking common sense. Common sense. I want to see my man. He said he's coming over to see me. So what the fuck am I gonna, what I need to question shit for? No. I'm gonna go get ready. I'm gonna make sure I'm nicely shaved and looking fine. And I'm gonna sit back and relax and wait for him to walk through my door. That's what I'm gonna do. I didn't give anything else another fucking option. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just busy getting what I want. I'm just busy having an amazing relationship. Because for me, this is all fucking common sense. This is all common sense. I want a text, good morning. So what do I look like? Checking my phone, questioning if you're going to text me, good morning. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I want to go on a date this weekend. He said he's going to take me on a date this weekend. What the fuck do I look like questioning all this shit? For what? What do I look like being insecure about people that he's telling me about? I want to be in a relationship with this man. So what the fuck do I look like questioning if this is what the shit is? No, I'll affirm. We're great. If you're in a situationship, this is what you should be affirming. We're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. That's what I tell myself. Therefore, we had a relationship and we have the best relationship. Nothing, it was an option for me. This, like I'm telling you, nobody had to tell me this shit. To me, this was fucking common sense. So I'm going to need for this all to be fucking common sense. That you either want that thing or you don't. And if you do, then grow up. I said it. And I don't give a fuck. If you don't like it, too bad. Scroll on to the next. Because how do I get you results? How do people come in here every single day and like, don't take my word for it. This is live. Okay. This is live. These are not bots. These are real ass people because you know this because if you've been here, you've seen these people over and over and over again. They just come out the woodworks. But how do I get you guys movement? How do I get you results? How do I get you success? Because I'm not here. Listen, one thing you'll know about me, I'm never going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you exactly what the fuck you need to hear. That's what I'm here to do. Because that's how I get you results. Thanks, Rob. That's how I get you results. Period. The only time I will tell you what you want to hear is if you come in here thinking I'm some fucking psychic. That's the only time I'm going to tell you what you want to hear is if you show up in my fucking random, thanks Lex, if you show up in I've had a couple of people do that where they think I'm a fucking psychic. And so they'll come in here and be like, will me and my SP get back together by Saturday? Absolutely. That's the only time I'll tell you what you want to hear. Thanks, Rob. What can I do? He says he loves me. Oh, Lisa. What can I do? He says he loves me, but he left once again blocked when she knew about it. I told you. You need to banish gutter trash to the dumpster she crawled out of. Okay. Let me tell you how this works. Okay. I say this every day, but I get new people every day. Okay. So deal with it. If you don't like it, I don't fucking know. Go to the bathroom for 5 minutes. Okay. All right. This is how it works, Lisa. Pay attention. All of you dealing with gutter trash, let this be your reminder. Okay. This is you. This is gutter trash. This is SP. So you have to use, thanks, pumpkin. This is where you leverage everyone as you pushed out to your advantage, because yes, everyone has their own realities, but all realities blend. I know no one tells you that shit. They just think everybody's in their own fucking little bubble. No, everyone's in your reality. You're in theirs, all the things, right? Realities blend. So because of that, we leverage that we know this, okay? So it's like, okay, well, if SP has to conform to my assumption of them, well, gutter trash is no fucking different. And gutter trash is in two realities, yours and his. So that's where we leverage. So we say, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give her an identity that benefits me. So you cannot view her as controlling or manipulative. I don't give a shit if it's clear as day. It could be blatantly obvious, because usually it is. Doesn't matter. Even if he's aware of it, doesn't matter. If you view her as controlling and manipulative, she must be controlling and manipulative, and he must allow himself to be controlled and manipulated by her. That doesn't benefit you, okay? Because then he won't go anywhere. So, nope. What's an identity that's very strong that you can leverage for her? Personally, I like crazy. I think crazy works really, really fast. Now, thanks, Rob. Now, I like crazy, okay? So, we are going to go with crazy. You can call her a raging fucking bitch. If there's something that you know he cannot stand, like it is a complete deal breaker, well, that's not who this bitch is. I personally like crazy, okay? So, all you have to do is create the wedge between gutter trash and SP. Gutter trash will play her part perfectly to aid in your manifestation. That's all you have to know, okay? So keep it short and sweet. Mine were a little bit longer when I used them, but I've tested over and over again, different ones. And so we can keep them short and sweet, okay? Where all you have to do is say, she's fucking crazy. He hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. He hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. That's all you have to do. Okay? So, yeah, welcome to me. I'll respond to your text. Okay? So that's all you have to know. Okay? So now you say that and you will never need, what I've said, you will never need to seek confirmation ever. You'll get it automatically. Okay? So now you've created the wedge. Now gutter trash, this is where she plays her part perfectly. She's going to do what you try to do, what everybody try to do, and force the 3D. Okay? And we all know that forcing a 3D does not work. It pushes him away. So while you're also affirming and having inner conversations for you and SP, he turns right home around and comes on home to mama. Clearly, as you've seen again. Now, when you know she's gone, you continue to affirm against her. Is he fucking hates her? She's gone away. He hates her. She's gone away. He hates her. She's gone away. He hates her. She's gone away. Okay? You must continue to affirm against her. Okay? Now, the fact that gutter trash knows about you is amazing, to be frank. Because the reason why it's amazing, I'm like the optimistic person always. Okay, and I assign positive meaning to fucking everything. So the fact that she knows about you is awesome, because she will keep you very much top of mind to your SP. So don't worry about what's going on behind the scenes right now, because I'll tell you exactly what's going on behind the scenes right now. Go ahead, ask me how I know. Okay. So what's going on behind the scenes right now is the fact that she knows about you is she's jealous of you. Very jealous of you. So because of that, they argue often because she repeatedly brings you up. She's repeatedly bringing you up. And they don't realize, because they're forcing the 3D right now, they don't realize that what they're doing is keeping you top of mind, and literally pushing your SP right on back to you. They don't even know they're doing that. But they're accusing, being jealous, talking about you all the time, and pushing him right back to you. That's all you have to know. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Whenever they know about you, they talk about you often. Obviously. and you become a very big discussion at the dinner table, if you will. Just saying. And I'm telling you, I told you, this is a fact. This is a fact. And that's great. That's great. Same with you, Flashy. You're very much a topic of discussion, obviously. Obviously. That's right, Salty Dog. It's not that hard. Focus on the positive only. I mean, this is where Sam, it's difficult to not check the 3D. I understand this. But there's really nothing to check, to be quite frank. All you're doing is snooping. You're looking for things. But you have to understand this, okay? First of all, I'll give you two things. I'm not going to say that because I'll never create assumptions in you that don't benefit you, okay? So if you check the 3D, it's common. But you should be affirming the entire time you're checking the 3D to control your thoughts, And then you should not be reacting to anything that you see in the 3D. Because you're choosing to check. What the fuck are you reacting for when you're literally choosing to check? Okay. So it's not being thrown in your face. You're seeking. Okay. So if that's the case, then you need to affirm through it to keep your thoughts in check, So, because that's what I would do if I ever felt the need to check the 3D, I would affirm the entire time. And I would assign only the meaning that I wanted things to mean. Okay, so like I said, you guys are, if I could do it, I'm telling you, you guys know my story. Okay, most of you, if you've been with me for a while, if you're new and you don't know my story, head on over to my YouTube channel, subscribe while you're there. Scroll all the way past my lives on my videos, and you'll see the video, how I manifested my SP back. It's like a 25, 30-minute video. I walk you through my entire story. There, I don't talk about it really here anymore. But if I could live one building away, and did I check the 3D at times? Yes, I did. It's a little hard not to when I'm nosy. I'm fucking nosy. So it was a little. So did I check the 3D sometimes? Yeah. I told you guys one time I was checking the 3D and I walked by and I had some cocktails and I've changed this assumption about myself actually, because I used to identify myself as being clumsy. So therefore I would like literally trip a movie theater carpet. Like only me is at a fancy restaurant, which why they have the bathroom on the second fucking story at the beach. I don't know. But I was like, I wasn't even in heels. And I went rolling down the fucking staircase. To the point where people were like checking around the corner. Because I went rolling down the whole staircase. I'm like, I'm fine. But anyway, I went to go check the 3D. And I had a couple cocktails. And so I, like, you know how there's like a walk path, but then like the concrete ends before the bushes start, right? Well, okay, so I somehow hit that curb part, that little side part, and I fell over, okay? So now here I am. It's the evening. Here I am laying I'm in a bathrobe, by the way. And underneath my bathrobe, I'm wearing like my little nightgown, my cute little lingerie. And so I literally am laying in the middle of this walk path. Judge me fucking not, bitch. I am laying in the middle of this walk path. Now you would have thought, because I had some drinks, you would have thought I was 800 pounds. Okay. I'm 125 pounds. I could not get up. And I'm like rolling over, and I had to do like a 15-point turn to get my fucking ass up. Oh, look, somebody just posted in our success stories that she has a huge, huge, huge success story. I love all this. This is what my members get. This is what they get. You might want to join the WhatsApp community, by the way. Or, work with me. One of the two. I'm just saying. But anyway, so I finally get my fucking ass up. And I'm, and I could only see in the main area when it was dark outside. When it's daylight, you can't see shit in windows. You can't unless they're on the bottom story. You can't really see anything in windows. And so when it's dark outside, you can because they have the lights on, right? And so I could see them sitting at the dinner table. And then he got up, put his dish in the sink, and went right into his room. I was like, that's right, because he had to eat dinner at the fucking table, and he went back into his room to play his video games because he sleeps alone. Yeah, that was the meaning I gave it. Right in my face. Did I go seeking? Yes. But did I control myself? Yes. I assign only the meaning I want to everything. To everything. Light on in the bedroom? Oh, yeah. He's playing his video games. He sleeps alone. So if I can do it, what the fuck is your problem? What is your problem? You're not one building away. You guys are getting all fucked up in your thoughts over a goddamn fucking social media fucking story or post. Like, you understand when you look, y'all be tripping out over the dumbest shit. Right? Like, oh, he posted a picture at dinner, but when I zoomed in, that's what the fuck you're doing. When I zoomed in, I could see a second glass. He must be with a bitch. Huh? What are you fucking talking about? Like, it's the stupidest shit. You guys be tripping. Because that's the only way you check the 3D unless you're weird and drive by their house. I do, Tailfeather. It is a superpower of mine. She says you have an incredible ability to see right through the bullshit lies we've been taught in this world. Yes, I do. But there's nothing to check in the 3D. I tell you guys this all the fucking time. What is there to check if you were in a relationship with your SP right now, if you were talking to your SP right now, what the fuck is there to check? Would you be checking their social media? Would you? No, you wouldn't. I don't need to check. I know what my boyfriend's having for dinner. We ate dinner together, bitch. I know what he's doing this weekend because I'm with him. I don't need to check to see what he's fucking doing this weekend. I don't need to check to see where he went tonight. I know where the fuck he went because in here, yeah, he stayed his ass right at fucking home and didn't do shit but be miserable and sad and lonely without me. What's there to check? There's nothing to check when you give it the meaning you want to everything. Like, let me tell you what he did today. All checking done. I don't need to check shit because I know what he did. Because in here, I'm in control. So I'm going to be in control. And I'm going to curate his fucking day. What is he doing today? Nothing. He's completely miserable without me. He is absolutely having the most miserable night of his life right now. So I need to check. I already know he's having a completely miserable night of his life right now. Yeah, he's having a miserable day today. That's what he's doing. There's nothing to check. What is he doing later? Texting me? Yeah. Well, I need to check and see what he's doing. No, I know what he's doing. Texting me, calling me, spending time with me. That's what he's doing. It's not like you're going on there to look at his beautiful face because you already have fucking pictures of them. Let's not lie to ourselves. You're going to be nosy because you're not sure what he's doing. No, I know exactly what the fuck he's doing. That's right. That is right. Remove. I'm here to hear any advice because energy is low on my manifestation and need the advice. Well, I love that. Stick around. I give loads of advice, and I only give realistic advice. That's how I get people results. I don't even have an intellect bone in my body. I have not to. And I'm fine with that shit. Cool story. How to deal with the ego. Oh, the ego. Okay. Here's the thing. Your ego is your amigo. You should absolutely have an inflated ego. I don't know why people think that that's a bad fucking thing. No, it's called confidence. Your ego is like confidence. Look at it that way. So how do you deal with the ego? You deal with your ego. If you're talking about your ego, you toot toot, bitch. Toot your own fucking horn every day. Like, toot toot. Because here's the thing. How do you put yourself on the pedestal? By knowing exactly who the fuck you are. Knowing that I'm the shit. I'm the prize. I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know exactly what kind of girlfriend I am. Now I'm saying wife. I know exactly what kind of wife I am. I know who the fuck I am. So there's nothing for me to worry about. There's nothing for me to worry about at all. I'm on that pedestal 24/7. Why? Because I know exactly who I am. I know what I bring to the table. And therefore, and do I have an inflated ego? Yeah. So there's a difference between a healthy ego and an unhealthy ego. Okay. So an unhealthy ego is what some gurus will have where they're like, okay, so let's take Sammy Ingram, for example. Sammy Ingram has a very unhealthy ego. Okay. Where she's up here and all her people, she doesn't give a fuck about. Like, yeah, no, fuck you. You're desperate and vulnerable, and I'll take advantage of you. That's an unhealthy ego. Okay? A healthy ego is where you're up here on the pedestal, but you still very much care about people. Okay? You're still there to support people, to be there for people. You know, is like, I know I'm a bad bitch, but I don't need to tear other bitches down and make myself feel better either. Okay, that's a healthy ego. An unhealthy ego is where you feel like you need to attack people to make yourself feel fucking better because you don't actually have an ego at all if you need to do that shit. Okay, so there's a difference. But your ego is your amigo. Your ego is your best friend because you wouldn't get your panties in a fucking bunch. If somebody said something to you that you don't like he doesn't want to be with me, what the fuck? Excuse who? Thank you, Woo Pig. Welcome to the family. I told you guys I will be doing private lives only for my fan club. I gotta get back to them. That's a healthy ego. See what I'm talking about? Okay, so I think everybody should have an ego. I hate that people are acting like you have a split personality, like your ego is outside of you, or your ego is works against you. What the fuck are you talking about? Where people will give their egos, like they'll call them an alter ego. That's called a second personality. I'm just saying. Where you'll give it a name. I'm like, a name? Robin, I was just mentioning you. Snaps for Robin. Snaps for Robin. I just said, somebody just posted a success story that she has a huge, huge, huge success story. So dish, bitch, dish. I'm excited. I'm going to read her success story when I'm done with this. Why? Because I love success stories. Mm-hmm. And I'm proud of you, girl. I'm proud of you. So keep going, bitch. Keep going. Okay, Mima, I saw your message, girl. I'm going to respond to you today. It's okay. It's okay. You're tired because you're putting pressure on it. You're tired because you're getting in your feelings about it. You're tired because you're thinking too much about it. Okay? Versus having the attitude of like, this is what I'm having. I'm already getting movement. You need to leverage the movement. and say, I'm already getting movement, so I'm going to persist, bitch. Like, you ain't got shit on me. I'm going to persist. I'm going to take all feelings, emotions out of it. I'm going to take all the shit out of it, and I'm going to do nothing but just do it. Just do it, because you won't get tired. You won't get tired. Okay? You will not get tired, girlfriend. And you got movement. And you got movement. Okay? Jackie, you're funny. Your crown gets caught in your hair. I know. See, right there, Mima. Let this be for all of you who want to continue to question the shit. Yesenia says she stopped questioning, and Sunday will be 3 times she has seen. They have seen each other in 1 month, and they're long distance. Go figure. Go figure. See, that's how this works. Stop questioning shit and just do, and then enjoy your relationship and enjoy the time that you spend with your SP instead of getting your panties in a fucking bunch and doing all that shit. And guess what? You see him more often. And he's long distance. This guy travels for a living. Somehow makes a whole lot of time for Yesenia. Yesenia's hot as fuck, by the way. But somehow, always, thanks, Kushboo. Somehow, he's making lots of time for her, even though he travels for a living. He's a musician. But then again, what do I know? What do I know? I mean, they're just my clients, but what do I know? They're just doing what I tell them to do, but what do I know? And then you guys still kill me, even to this day, which thank God for Patriot vibes. He's JW, by the way, in WhatsApp. At least he's JW in my phone. I've always wondered that. When I see the names, do you see the same names? I've always wondered that shit. But anyway, you guys kill me every fucking time somebody will post a success story. And I swear to God, I'm going to ask them to start telling me if you DM them on the side note, because we're not going to do that shit. Respect their privacy, for Christ's sakes. Okay. But every time they post a success story, you guys, and Yesenia, go ahead and post that in the success stories too. By the time, but you guys, it never fails. Every fucking time a success story is posted, here it comes. What did you do? What did you do? What I fucking said to do? They're in our community. You understand this, right? So they're actually doing what I said to do. Hello. Ray, can you be my boyfriend? What? No, I'm a woman. And I have a boyfriend. I do give good readings, Ray, CC. Oh, man. You Sorry, that one threw me off. I've never been asked if someone asked me, can I be my boyfriend? No, I cannot be a boyfriend. I will never be a boyfriend. Thanks, Tailfeather, for all you in fucking YouTube land. She says, I have the best advice ever. I added ever. But she says, you have the freaking best advice. You're teaching us how to have about our whole life, not just SP. That is damn right, because that's what this shit is about. Yes. It is about evolving as a person so you can get, all kinds of shit in your life. Because who the hell wants to live a mediocre life when you could have all the dots connecting? all the freaking things that you want over and over and over again. And look, I don't need excuses from none of you, because if I can come on here, if I can talk from 8 a.m., and I mean nonstop, literally, because I'm on coaching calls. So the only time I don't talk is when they're giving me their SP's backstory, because I listen because I'm listening for language, okay? And finding out what the problems are. So anyway, if I can talk from 8 a.m., today it was 7 a.m., all the way until 5 p.m. when I woke up not well and a sore throat, what the fuck's your problem? I don't deal with excuses. Instead, do you think I'm sit there and cry about it? Nope. Instead, I'm just telling myself whenever I think about it, I'm like, no, I feel great. I fucking feel amazing. Yes, I froze my shit again with oat. Now it can come out. Okay, I won't look like a weirdo. Now I have one straw. And yes, I have a million green straws because I love when everyone leaves straws out. I mean, in hindsight now, when I think about it, I probably look like a drug addict. Because when they leave straws out, yeah, I grab a shit ton. Who needs to buy fucking plastic straws when I could just go get my daughter something at McDonald's and then grab a shit ton of straws and put them in my purse? But now that I think about it, I probably do look like a drug addict. Because who the hell else grabs a shit ton of straws? If you know what I mean. Just saying. just throwing that shit out there. Oh man, all right. Look at this. Reboot is a smart person. I can already tell. They're smart. She said she followed me straight away when I said, I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want. Oh yeah, stick around because I'm about to upload a video. I forgot. I recorded them, but I totally forgot. I was like, oh, I need to upload a fucking video. Totally forgot. So there's that part. But I'm going to upload a video, but I'll always tell you everything you fucking need to hear, not what you want. I missed you, bestie. Where the fuck have you been, by the way? Where have you been? I would say your name, but you got all these fucking little asterisk things and all these little icons in there. I did not even know you could do that. Do I have any tips, Asha? Do I have any tips for manifesting when your SP is talking to someone else? Hold your questions too, because we're going to get into the methods shortly. Not now, but I have like a shit ton of comments, so I've got to get through the comments. When manifesting your SP is talking to someone else, who gives a fuck? Who cares if your SP is talking to someone else? So? It doesn't matter. There was gutter trash in my life. You think I gave a shit? Nope. I'm going to go get my man back, period. So nothing will stand. When I make a decision, nothing will convince me otherwise. Nothing will convince me otherwise. I don't care what kind of proof they want to throw in my face. I don't care about all that shit. I don't care if they tell me I just need to accept. No. Unless it's what I want to hear, I ain't accepting shit. No. That's just my personality. When I decide something, I will get. Or I will do whatever it is I'm deciding. Nothing will convince me otherwise. Nothing. You can show me all the fucking things you want in the world to try and convince me otherwise. Nope. If you want to call that delusional, I don't know. But what I call that is victory. Because it always works out in my favor. It always works out in my favor. I always get what the fuck I want. Seriously. I've outbeat impeccable odds in certain things I've gone through in my past. In my old story, I've outbeat impeccable odds. And I didn't care what proof they wanted to show me in my face. In here? Nope. I don't think so. Even when my mom was like, Jen, you need to accept. I'll accept what the fuck I want to accept. And therefore it would go my way. It would go my way. To the point where people, when they knew about it and they saw everything, they go, I don't fucking understand. They were like, I don't get how the fuck. They tried to give the credit to to the higher power. And they were like, the only way to explain, they're like, someone is looking over you, because the only way, because nothing explains how you came out of this. I was like, because I don't accept shit I don't like. Yeah. Where they literally were like, I don't understand. Like, they were like, there's nothing can explain. And I even told them that, because at the time I wasn't aware of manifesting. Okay. Because we're talking a long time ago. So I wasn't aware of manifestation back then. But I literally was like, but that's what turned me on to knowing this, because I started looking at the things that I've overcame in my life. And I was telling people, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I can tell you everything that happened, but I can't explain how I came out of that. Like, I can't explain how, like, any of that shit. It was wild. It was so wild. All the things that, like, I would declare it and it would happen. Declare, oh, something else came up, part of this. Nope, don't like that shit. Declare it, it would happen. Oh, you said this? Okay, yeah, you're fucking fired, bitch. And I'm gonna go hire a new attorney. And then he said one thing I wanted to hear. I said, you're hired. I feel like attorneys should be like, you're not going to jail. Right? And even he was like, she needs to accept her fate. He's like, she needs to accept her fate. I was like, and he goes, and that's why she's replaced you with me. And did I see a day in jail? Nope. To be fair, at first, yes. Because I was fighting my case and I was stubborn. Because that's how I am. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll sit my whole ass right here. Because this is not a prison phase. In case you guys want to know a little backstory, this is a long ass time ago, before my daughter was even born. It's like over 20 years ago this happened. Okay. I was looking at 20 years in prison. 20 years. But I knew my truth. Okay. I knew my truth. So I was looking at 20 years in prison. And I tried to bypass and ask the judge what his sentencing recommendation would be. And he was like, if she wants to leave it up to me, she's getting 20 years. I was like, ooh, fuck you. So my mom was like trying to make me feel better about it. She was trying to make me feel better about it. She's like, Jen, we looked at the commissary list and we can order you like a bathrobe. I was like, you think I'm going to be fucking Paris Hilton in prison? Are you trying to get me beat up? Plus I'm nosy as fuck. So no. And so I was like, I don't even know why you're looking at that shit. She's like, we can order you candy bars. This is how they live in prison. TVs, the whole fucking bit. Slippers. I was like, Mom, seriously, Mom? I was like, I don't even know why you're bothering. I'm not going to prison. And she's like, Jen, you need to accept. I said, I don't need to accept shit. I'm not going to prison. So therefore, I ended up not going to prison, obviously. I ended up walking away. I ended up settling my case because I didn't feel like fighting it anymore, with no time. Well, time served, if you will. I wasn't there long. But I had a hold. And they were going to transfer me to Las Vegas. And I was like, absolutely not. What hold? I was like, no, the hold's going away. So I put in what they call a snivel. Okay. I put in a snivel to see about my hold. That was very much there the day before. Okay. It was very much there because they have to tell you. Okay. And so I put in a snivel 24 hours before I was scheduled to be released. And the hold disappeared. It wasn't there anymore. So then I got out and I went home. I was not supposed to go home. When I went home, I lived in Vegas at the time. I went home and my mom calls me 3 days later and she goes, Jen, she's like, the police are here about you going to Vegas, about you being about my hold. It came back, even though I was released because it disappeared. So then I was like, oh, So I had to literally, I was like, tell them I'm at a friend's house. And I jumped in my car and I drove from Vegas because I wasn't supposed to leave the state. I drove from Vegas home. And so they arrested me. I went into the police station and I said, what's my bail? And they said, on out-of-state warrants, you don't have a bail. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? They're like, well, we'll check. They're like, we'll check. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so they checked. I had a bail. And they were like, that's weird because out-of-state warrants, you never get a bail for. They were like, well, you actually do have a bail. And it was very low. I was like, let me call I want my phone call. And I called my mom. I said, take my money, pay my bail. Right? So she did. I got bailed out. And then I had to go to turn myself in Vegas. Right? I had to go appear in court. So then the DA in Vegas was like, this is totally non-SP related. But anyway, the DA in Vegas was like, we're requesting a $250,000 bail. I was like, that's a shit ton of money. I was like, fuck that. They're tripping. And the judge was like, okay, he goes, here's the thing. He's like, I'm here to send a message to the people. She knew she had a warrant out in Vegas. She bailed out. And yet here she is at her court date. He says, I'm not one to punish people for doing the right thing. He's like, so no, her out-of-state bail, because that was the thing. You're not supposed to do out-of-state bails. Okay. He's like, her low out-of-state bail stands. I was like, and my attorney at the time was, they've never done that. They're not supposed to take your out-of-state bail. So that happened. Then my stupid attorney was like, you're going to prison. I was like, I'm not going to fucking prison. I don't know what you're talking about. You're fired. And I called somebody. He says, tell me what happened. I told him, he goes, you're not going to prison. I said, you're hired. And did I go to prison? Nope. Did I see one? Was I, in my defense, was I in Las Vegas jail, Clark County jail? Yes, for 2 hours because they had to book me in and release me. Never saw a day in jail. Never saw a single day in jail. That's manifestation. Because when I believe something, that shit happens. Period. Thank God that was a way former life of mine. But, I mean, I tried all the things because I'm petty. I tried hiring the judge's husband. He was like, it's a conflict of interest. I'm like, fuck. But I was calling around attorneys after 5 p.m. And he was the only attorney that answered that phone. And if anyone's looking for a great attorney in Vegas, I got one. He's fucking awesome. He played all the games. Psychology. He knew she was from Texas, so he wore a Texas tie. Just anyway, just kidding. Just saying. That's what led me to believe. When I started thinking about things, I said, it's my assumptions. This all boils down. I said, anything I successfully overcame. I was like, I didn't know about manifesting, but it came down to my belief. No matter what they showed me, I didn't give a fuck. Nope. I always said that. Not a prison face. Prison. The fuck you talking about? I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's where people said, they go, I have no idea, one, how the hold disappeared and then came back, and then you got an out-of-state bail, which you're not supposed to have, and then the judge honored that, and you never saw a day in jail. Nope. When you were looking at 20 years in prison? Yep. Nope. Why? Because I didn't give a fuck. So if I could do all that, because I simply believed the opposite. I refused to believe what they were telling me. So if I could do that, then why can't I do that with my SP? That's how I manifested my SP back. By looking at the common denominator. Knowing. Believing. Something else. Thanks, Sab, but why the fuck are you watching my video on recreating your SP when you should be here? I'm just kidding. So I hope that inspires you to know that no matter what you're going through in your life, in anything, it doesn't fucking matter. You can choose to accept or you can choose to reject. And if anyone tells me, I've done this my entire life, if anyone tells me something I don't want to fucking hear, reject, denied, denied, reject, denied, reject, denied. And I'll do it all day long. Period. And therefore, I always get my shit. I always get what I want. I do. It's that mentality. You need to have a spoiled ass mentality. That's what you all need to be, spoiled as fuck. Okay? You should all look at it that way. I'm spoiled. I get whatever I want. I get it when I want it. So, if you want to call that egotistical, well then you know what? Fucking toot toot, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Thanks, Angel C. Thanks, Tailfeather. I don't care. But that needs to be your mentality. That needs to be all of your mentalities for everything in life. Promotion? Yeah, I'm not going to do a goddamn thing and I'm going to get a promotion. Yeah. Who says I need to work harder for the promotion? No one. Nope. That promotion's mine. Raise? You think I need to wait annually to get my 15-cent raise? No, for my annual review? No, bitch. You'll give me a raise when I want one. And I want one now. That's always been my mentality. Why do you think I would always why do you think I was telling 60-year-old bitches what to do at, how old was I? 15. I had a worker's permit. No, I was 16. I don't, 15 or 16, one of those two. I think it was 16. Where I was like, what job is at a water park? I was like, what job can I get at a water park? I don't want to be a lifeguard because that's heavy competition, but where can I get the most perks for what I want? Food services, duh. At least I get free lunch. You know what I'm saying? so I did food services at 15. It was my first job. And at 16 came back, stand leader, supervisor for the funnel cake stand and all the other fucking places. Oh, come on. Nailed it. 16 telling people what to do. Any job I've ever had, I only need a job, and I say this openly. I said, I only need a door. I only need the door to open. I'll come in as a receptionist. Hey, you got me fucked up because when I get in that door, all I need is a shoe in the door, foot in the door because I'm coming for your job. I'm coming for your job. I'm coming for your job. Don't get comfortable. Therefore, I would always get promoted quickly. My last corporate job I ever had, I went from a receptionist to director of operations, running a team of 400 people in less than a year. Because I don't give a shit. That needs to be your mentality. Is I get what I want. I'm spoiled and I will get whatever I want. I want my SP. So you know what? I don't give a fuck what the 3D shows. I don't give a fuck what the 3D shows you. I don't care. I don't care what the 3D shows me. I don't care what anybody says because you know what? That's my man. And I don't give a crap, or woman. I don't give a crap what anybody tells me. I don't give a two craps. Two craps. I don't care. Sam, you're French. You're French. Yes, text coaching is worldwide, my friend. Worldwide. It's on WhatsApp. Okay. Hey, Jen, when you said your SP had a horrible day, did he ever tell you that went apart? Okay. I won't get too into the details, but yes, there was a time when I knew he was going out. And so I was like, oh, he's going to have the most miserable night of his life. Completely horrible night. And then I affirmed. And then sure enough, 5-6 hours later, confirmed. I didn't repeat it. Where's Waldo? Okay. Like I didn't repeat it. I literally just said it like 2 times, like literally just randomly 2 times. I'm like, and I said it because remember what you say. Okay. So you should put in, this is why I say you don't need to question things. You just need to do, because communication, for any of you that are new, because my study is the subconscious mind. Okay. That's my entire study is the mind. Okay. That's my background. So this is what led me to lose 100 pounds in 11 months, no diet, no exercise, all that shit. Okay. Because I know how the mind works. So communication, 7% of total communication is words. 93% of communication is physiology and tonality. 93% of communication is tonality and physiology. So this is where texting gets people fucked up, because if they do all caps, it either means you're excited or you're yelling, right? Or you read the words that they're saying, and then what you're doing in your mind is you're adding in the tonality. What does he fucking mean by that? Why is he dry texting? Why has he got an attitude, right? So you're filling in the tonality in your mind, okay? That's the problem, because most of communication is tonality, which is why I can tell you, I'll give you an example. I love you. Okay, you're like, oh, I love you too, right? Now, I love you. What meaning do you assign that? What the fuck does he mean by that? Why do you say it that way? See what I'm saying? Because that becomes a problem. Because it's the same 3 words, 2 totally different meanings. Because tonality is key. So this is where we leverage what we know about communication. So when it comes to robotic affirming, you should add a certainty in your tonality, right? This is where you take the thoughts out of it. You just literally do. And it's like robotic affirming, but you robotic affirm with certainty, with a surety. So like when I would say it, I'd be like, he's so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me. Certainty, a surety in my tonality, because your subconscious mind hears the tonality. The certainty, the assurity is what pushes out quickly. So when you can say things with a little bit of backbone, okay, with a little bit of assurity and certainty, that's tonality, most of communication. And therefore your subconscious mind is like, oh, well, we know this shit because the tone is creating assurity and certainty. That's what pushes out. So I need to create that in my affirming, instead of being like, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. That's uncertainty. Okay. So when I would say certain things, right? Like he's going to have the most miserable night ever tonight, right? I would do it where I added tonality in. I do this often. Where I'll literally say something like 1 or 2 times at random, but tonality is key because of how communication works. So I would say it like out loud or in my mind, but I would laugh. Like he's going to have the most miserable night of his life right now, tonight. See what I'm saying? And I laughed. Or I'll be like, she's going to do something so crazy in the next 24 hours. That's just going to seal the fate. I know. Tonality. Therefore, it pushes out, because I'm doing the tonality portion of it. Because that's tonality and physiology is 93% of total communication. Which is why when people stand like this, they don't even have to say a goddamn thing. But when they stand like this, they'll be like, he looks upset, right? They don't look inviting to talk to, right? Because they've got their arms crossed. It's like a standoffish, because that's physiology, okay? That's how that works. So make sure that you add tonality. You know what, funny? No, the fuck I did not. I decided that I wasn't getting shit. Instead, I paid for things. Because I told my bestie, I'm like, you bitch. Okay. She goes, what idea? I'm like, look. I was like, how am I going to go get my daughter? Remember I told you guys I got her a dozen yellow roses? I'm like, it's close enough to orange. It's close enough to orange. And then my bestie gets my daughter this bouquet of flowers. What do you think's inside the bouquet of flowers? A fucking orange rose. I'm like, you bitch. I was like, how dare you one-up me and get her the orange rose? Because here comes my daughter, right? She goes, why didn't you give me like red or white? Yellow. Why didn't you give me red or white? So because if I would have got you red or white, you would have been like, where's my blue roses? And she goes, well, I'm just saying Shay got me an orange rose. I was like, you fucking bitch. But then they went to the trampoline park. And so they kept trying to upsell us. I was like, our kids are 14. They're not coming back. Okay. This is just what they do at the end of the year tradition. They're not going to be here all fucking summer long. And so I paid for that and $6 for jumping socks at the trampoline park, which we have now 50 pairs of, by the way, because we never have them. So I said, no, I'm washing these bitches and I'm going to take 2 pairs. I'm going to put them in my car. So we just have them all the time. But I paid for that. So I was like, job done. Job done. And then we dropped them off because they're 14, not 4. We dropped them off and we went right around that corner to Outback. And we had cocktails while we waited for the girls to finish their jumping, 2-hour-long jumping session. In which I will tell you, I am not a fan of Outback anymore. I think other than their Sydney shrooms, I fuck with Sydney shrooms. But I'm not a fan. I'm not. I got like this chicken that had bacon and cheese on it. And I got mashed potatoes and broccoli. And it was the most bland meal in my entire life. And then my bestie tried it and she goes, this is so good. She goes, ew, these mashed potatoes are good. I'm like, you fucking lying, bitch. I was like, they don't taste like shit. But we were having a rocking good time after my parents left. And so the bartender kept talking to us. Because she gets she gets some kind of martini with olive brine in it. It's fucking nasty. It is so nasty. She told me to try it. I took a try. I said, that shit is fucking nasty, bitch. Well, I drink my Chardonnay. And I was like, that's gross. And she's like, no, it's not. And so when we ordered the second round, I said, I'll take a house Chardonnay and she'll take whatever the fuck nasty shit she's drinking. So then she had to make sure that she had to take a video of me trying her drink where I'm like, that shit is nasty, bitch. That's exactly what I said. It's gross. It's gross, but I'm not a eat olives type of person. I eat black olives on my pizza and in my Subway sandwich. That's it. I don't eat olives. Anything. I'm not like, let me grab the green ones out the fucking jar and eat them. No, thank you. Ew, gross. Gross. Just saying. You know what, Jenna? There's a lot of things ruining the planet, but you know what I'm not down with? Paper fucking straws. So yes, I have metal straws that I will bring if I ever go out of town if I go to certain places because they're all about the paper straw game and I don't do paper straws. Like in Florida, when I would go to Disney World, they give you paper straws. I'm like, this shit is 2 seconds later, the straw is bending because it's paper. And then the top part that you drink out of is like folding. And I'm like, this is disgusting. There's a lot of things ruining our planet. So you know what? I'm totally fine. And is it weird that I don't know what to put in which bin? Right? Because you'll go to Starbucks. They got like 3 freaking things. I'm like, where does my stuff go? I don't know. I just want to throw it in the trash. I have no idea what's supposed to go in all 3 bins. I don't know that. I just guess. Oh yeah, but Rob, you got to get the fat boba straws. I get those because shall I ever have a smoothie or whatever? The boba straw goes in there. Oh, good. Good, Yesenia. Message me with more details. Mm-hmm. There we go. See how fast there. What up, Miss Mecca? Rob, you said your SP is only talking to you? Huh? Me and my SP are together. So I'm guessing you're talking to somebody else. Because me and my SP are in a whole ass relationship. We've been in a whole relationship for a long time. Robin, your story is short. Hadn't seen or really spoken to 3 months. He messaged last night. We talked, had sexy time. Ooh. I love this. I love all this. And let this be all inspired by people, who want to sit there and cry because they've been in no contact for fucking a couple weeks or a couple months. Who gives a shit? She was in no contact. They talked and had sexy time. I was in no contact for 7 months. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Who cares? I had to see it every day I had to see it staring at me every day of my fucking life. I had to see it staring back at me. So what? Oh, good, Derez. I'll take a look-see at it. I was very busy and disturbed last night. After I saw the conversation that was going on, that I called one of them. And it took me and I spent 40 minutes because it was very sad. It was very sad. You're very loopy. What up, Sophie? Okay. Hey, Gabriel, I was like, are you trying to get me assaulted in there? I'm too pretty to go anywhere. I want my SP to marry and move with me. How? By telling yourself that. He's so in love with you. He wants to live with you. He wants to marry me right now. He is so in love with me. He wants to live with me and marry me right now. That's all you have to tell yourself, Sophie. And that will become true for you. That's right, Chelsea. That's right. Just change it. I try my best now, Sab, to say they, right? They, or he or she. What up, Tracy girlfriend? A lot of us have he SPs, so when she's answering questions, it'll usually be here. That is true, Chris. And because my SP is a guy, so it's just natural for me to say he. But you guys know it's the same shit. Okay, it's the same shit. He, she. The only thing I won't ever get on board with is they or them, because that is a grammatical error. I will not call somebody they or them. I was like, that implies more than one person. I mean, let's be frank. That's common sense. So why would I call somebody they or them? No, that's more than one person. So I won't get on board with that shit. I'm like, look, bitch, I'll call you fucking by your name. Thanks, Steffi. How about that part? What up, user 6400? And you want to ask me, can I manifest my SP? Yeah. Of course you can manifest your SP. And also check his Instagram account all the time. You mean and check the 3D all the time? Yes, you can. Okay. Look, I tell you guys all the time, it's fine if you want to check their Instagram account all the time. I suggest you don't. But if you want to check their Instagram account all the time, that's fine. But you have to control your thoughts, okay? You have to control your thoughts. So you have to be like, you need to affirm through checking, okay? Because if you don't, then you start being a detective on their fucking social media accounts, okay? Like you start going down this rabbit hole of, well, who liked their post? You know, who's this person? Now you're going on everybody else's fucking profiles like some wacko, right? Looking and seeing who they are and things like that. And you're filling in the blanks. You're filling in the blanks. And this is unfortunately where Instagram gets people fucked up because you can only heart people's posts, which I think is fucking stupid because they're owned by Facebook, and yet Facebook allows you to leave a thumbs up emoji, heart, laughing, sad, all that shit, a fire emoji. But no, not Instagram. Instagram's just like heart only. So that gets you guys panties in a bunch, where you look and you think somehow you're turning people liking their shit into a relationship with this person. Huh? Oh, well, she likes all his stuff. So what? He posts, your SP's posting things on social media. They're not in control of who likes their shit. You know that, correct? They're not in control of any of that stuff. So why do you care? Why do you care? I don't care if the same bitch likes all his posts. Who cares? He could have literally gone to high school with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? She could be friends. They could be friends of a friend of a friend. Who cares? He could not even know her at all. She just came across the profile and started following. So what? People, you have to understand, people with social media is all about ego. That's all it is about. Okay? When people post on social media, it's all about ego. They care about how many friends they have. Who gives a fuck? Okay? So literally, they'll be like friends suggested friends. Do you know how many friend requests I have in Facebook? Do you think I care? No. But most people will go and start accepting all of them. They don't even know who they are. They don't care, none of that, because all they care about is the follower size that they have. That's all they care about, because it's an ego boost. And the more followers they have, the more likes they get on their shit. And that's all they give a fuck about. It's nothing but an ego boost. I used to tell my entrepreneur clients this all the time, is stop looking at that stuff. That's all. Well, I only got 455 views. So why do you keep telling yourself that? I only got 15 likes. So why? That's an ego thing. That's an ego thing. But most people, that is what they do. They care about their follower size. They care about how many people like their shit all the time. So no. Thanks, Tailfeather. I love you, bitch. What up, Jimmy? Happy Friday to you, too. I am so glad it's Friday. Seriously, though. But I suggest you stop. I mean, if you want to check what they posted on their story, sure. But who gives a fuck? Stop filling in the blanks. That's what you have to understand. Stop filling in the blanks. It's not helping you. Can we just say on a side note, as I digress for one hot second, because we're going to do the method in 1 second, okay? I had to do my nails this morning. I almost forgot to put my makeup on. I was like, oh shit, I need to put my makeup on before I go live. But I had to do my nails today because I lost one yesterday, and then my friend called, and I never go out. If I'm missing a nail, my ass is, nails going right back on. But my friend calls, and he's like, hey, me and another old friend of mine are going to meet up at Brew, which is amazing, by the way. And he's like, and they have a garden. He's like, you should come. It'll be fun. And it's down the street from my home. So I was like, sure. So I went out with one nail missing and I was mortified. Then I was sleeping. And how the fuck, I'm going to I go to put my hand under my pillow and it hits my pillow and boom, pops another one. I was like, oh no, that's fucking it. That's it. They're all coming off first thing in the morning and nails are going back on. It's what's got to happen around here. You know what I mean? It's just how I roll. And you. Thanks, Amanda, girlfriend. And you. What about if I don't know my SP that well, he didn't accept my request no matter how much I decide? So what? Now, here's the thing. You can say that you decide. Okay? But if you decided that he's accepted your friend's request, you wouldn't be checking to see if he had. Would you? No. And it's less about deciding, and it's more about just telling yourself that. Like, of course he accepted my friend's request. Yeah, he's sliding in my DMs right now. Of course he accepted my friend's request. Who cares? Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. You guys and the whole... You guys and the whole fucking social media thing are killing... You're killing me. You're killing me with the social media game. How do we get a strong mindset to not get affected by the 3D? Because here's the thing, Raquel. It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay? Because what's there to react to when it comes to 3D? This is what you say to it right here. Go ahead. Put it up right now. Fuck the 3D. Yeah, that's what you say to it. Don't put it in the comments, please. That got us in trouble before. But that's what you say to it. Period. Nothing is another freaking option. Nothing is another option. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm not going to react. My 3D stared at me in the face every day. So what? Don't react. Don't react. This is about you wanting something more than reacting to the 3D, because how can what is there to react to? What is there to react to? No, I was in no contact for 7 months. You think I sat there? Did I sit there and react at first? Of course. Of course. And then when I found out about gutter trash, did I react? Of course. Of course. But then I picked myself up, wasted 7 months of my time with law of attraction shit. And then I picked my whole ass up, and guess what I did? Kept going. Kept going. Kept going. Kept going. So what? Nothing to react to, because there's nothing to react to. Because like I tell you guys every day, you would have nothing to react to if you gave everything the meaning you wanted it to mean. What's there to react to? I don't need to react to my 3D. Why? Because I'm in control of my 3D, because I'll tell you exactly what the fuck is in my 3D. There's nothing to react to. Because I'll control it. I'll control it. If that meant that every time my boyfriend left the house, that he was freaking going to Costco, yep, that motherfucker went to Costco 55 times per month. So, it's exactly where he went. And? Because I decided. Because I decided. So what? I found out after he went to a gang of places that I didn't know about, but do you think I give a shit? Nope, because every day he went to Costco, if he ever left the house, right? They never hung out outside the house unless they went to Costco, and he was only there because he needed her membership. Yeah, that's literally what I told myself. And I laughed about it. I was like, fucking stupid. He only needs her goddamn membership. It's exactly what I told myself. Over and over and over again. So what? There's nothing to react to. There's nothing to react to. You guys need to fucking stop reacting to every fucking thing. Because you're doing this to yourself. It's crazy to me. It is crazy to me for you to over and over and over again. That's right. That's right, Cece. You're a spoiled bitch. You're winning the lottery, girl. And you're going to go ahead and give me a little bit. I'm just saying. I want 10%, bitch. I want 10%. Yeah. The old ladies that I was telling what to do at the funnel cake stand, they didn't like me because I hooked up the funnel cake for real. They were like, that's too much. She's like, that's too much. I'm like, I'm your boss. You're not counting the funnel cake filling in inventory, bitch. But no, when you're going to charge $10 for a funnel cake, I'm going to give them $10 worth of funnel cake. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tell her that yellow is the new orange. Ew, son. You like olives? I know, real Miss Heather. Paper straws are the fucking worst. I hate them. I think they should be banned. But then again, California, just leave it to California. We ban everything around here. You can't have plastic fucking bags. No, what are they getting rid of? Red food dye or whatever the fuck they call that shit. Now we don't even have plastic bags. Everything's paper bags. So now I have to go in my garage and take out all of my reusable shopping bags because I have like 55,000 of them. Why? Because every time I'd be at the store, I would forget to bring them in. So I'd get another one. So I have a shit ton of them. So now I got to go put them back in the trunk of the car because I'm not doing the paper bag game. First of all, I'm not paying 10 cents for a paper bag. We'll just start there. And then what do you charge me? 20 cents when you have to double bag my shit? Because you're going to give little paper handles. What if I have ice cream or something wet? Then I buy a bottle of alcohol. And now you got to double bag that shit. What am I paying? 20 cents? It makes no fucking sense, California. So we're all just fucking ridiculous around here. We're fucking ridiculous around here. It's the only thing I don't like about California. I don't know who's making those decisions, but you're not going to convince me. This is where I'm convinced at this point that our vote does not matter. Doesn't matter. I don't even bother because it doesn't matter because you're not going to convince me that we have too many idiots in California that they're going to ban plastic bags. And then we tried getting rent control around here. Go figure. You're not going to, with as many renters in California, there's no way you're going to convince me that people voted against that. No way. No way. Why would they do that to themselves? That's fucking stupid. But the way they do the law is they word it in a way where you're like, yes, that's what I want. You're actually supposed to vote no, bitch. They didn't know that because the way they word it is in like, you're not sure if you're supposed to put, because I would talk to people and they're like, I voted no, or I voted yes. That's correct. But I said, no, bitch, it's not. It's supposed to be no, or whatever it was. But that's how they get it. That's how they get you. Fuckers. Motherfuckers. All right. Now let's do Angel baby, what are you, new here? Can you manifest your ex back? We call them SPs, not X's, because X's remain exactly that, an X. So can you manifest your SP back? Yes, I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. I've helped numerous people break no contact, get insane movements, and get back together with their SPs. Not hard. Moose. Yes, I do go live on the weekends too. 7 days a week. There will be one day that I'm not going live. That day, when I know what day that is, that I will let y'all know. Oh, no, bitch. I was in no contact for 7 months. Okay? But I manifested my SP back from no contact, breaking no contact, to living with me, like in no contact, to living with me in 4 weeks. Okay. But I was in no contact for 7 months before I got a grip, realized law of attraction was bullshit, and decided to reverse engineer and figure out exactly what caused this in the first place, and realized I didn't have to do none of that shit. I didn't have to drink no magic glass of water to manifest my breakup, did I? Nope. What I do, I said it one time. Then I hurt my SP. Okay. Then I hurt my boyfriend because I was angry going through the emotions after the breakup. And I said, fuck him. I hope he hurts himself. One time. 48 hours later, a washer and dryer fell on him at the job. He has not been injured on the job in 8 years. So there's all that. Okay. So that's where I changed it. Okay. So that's where I changed it. And then it all clicked. I know. All those are gross. Oh, it's good to know every 40 days. It's good to know. I know, it's crazy, right? And then Walmart doesn't even have fucking bags. Did you see the meme that went around after California decided to ban the plastic bag game again? Like, I was like, wait, we banned them. Then we brought them back, but they were supposed to be good for the environment. Now we banned them all together again. And now we're just on the paper game. And there's a meme video going around. There's one guy who did it where because where do you use those plastic bags for, right? For bathroom trash cans, right? It's him trying to put the paper one in the fucking trash can. And it doesn't work. And I'm like, see? That's what happens. See? What the fuck? I was like, where? So now when I give people stuff, I'm like, you better bring a bag, bitch, because I'm not giving you my plastic bags. Nope. No. I'm going to give you all everything. Everybody gets paper bags. I'm keeping my plastic bags. All right. I know, Courtney. I know. I literally have oodles and oodles of freaking bags. Oodles of bags. I don't get it. All right. Well, Angela, I know you hate it when they leave you on red. But at some point in the conversation every day, someone's got to be left on red, bitch. Right? Yes. All right. That's right. Okay. Let's get started on said methods. Okay. So get in a comfy place. You know, we're not going to do the cord cutting today because I don't think I have time. Yeah, I'm not going to have time. Okay. So we're going to just we're going to skip right to the photo method. Okay. And we'll do the cord cutting tomorrow. I promise I'll be more on time. On track with the time. Bevy is not doing her job around here. Disappointing. Anyway, she knows I love her. Bevy's great. All right. So, thank God for Danielle. All right. So we're going to get the photos of your SP out right now. Get them out. Now, I want you to go down memory lane. We're going to go back into old story, okay? We're going to go back into old story, and let's go all the way back to the beginning of your relationship before you even met your SP. Okay, I want you to go back before you even met your SP. And I want you to remember who the hell you were. Who were you before you met your SP? Because the reality is, no, we're skipping that today, Nanya. Because I have no time for it. Okay, so I want you guys to remember who you were, okay? Because you were different. In the beginning of your relationship, I know, Rob. In the beginning of your relationship, your SP and you were different. And then over the course of your relationship, to all the way to the end, your SP changed, but also so did you. Okay, you weren't the same person at the end of your relationship that you were in the beginning of your relationship. At the end of your relationship, you questioned everything. Because throughout your relationship, you started to gain insecurities. Within yourself, within your relationship. You also started to change your identities based on your relationship. So we need to go back to the beginning and remind yourself of who you were. Because at the beginning of your relationship, when you first met your SP, you had a confidence level about you. You had an ego. Okay. You were living your life. Okay. Where it's like you maybe wanted to be in a relationship, but you certainly didn't need one. Your relationships did not define you. You were fine being alone. You were fine being single. Okay. You had a confidence about you and a surety about you, a certainty about you. You knew who you were. You knew who you were. And because you knew who you were, your SP saw you, noticed you, was attracted to you, chased you, pursued you, wanted to talk to you all the time, was constantly trying to get your attention, wanted to be with you. Because you knew who you were. And like I said, you had a confidence level about you that was magnetic, made him notice you. That version of you, you never questioned a damn thing. You knew who you were. So because of that, they knew who you were. You didn't question if they were going to contact you, if they were going to come and spend time with you, if they wanted to be with you, how they felt about you, because you knew who you were. That version of you is who you must become again, because that version of you is also what caused your SP to fall in love with you. So you need to become that again. And you need to become that now. All over again. All over again. So I need you to step into that identity again. Step into that assumption of who you were again. Identify with that version of who you were. Accept the evolved version. Accept the evolved version. Somebody who's grown up, someone who's learned from the past, someone who isn't going to be that same person. It's going to break the patterns and the cycles that you've created. The evolved version. Get back to that version of you that loved yourself, that was content with yourself, that didn't need somebody to tell you that you were awesome. You fucking knew you were. You didn't need somebody to show you or to make you feel loved. You loved yourself. You didn't need someone to validate who you were because you were just fine. You knew exactly who you were. I want you to, like it's a bodysuit, step back into that identity again. Because remember, the identities are at the hierarchy of change. So when you step in and start identifying yourself as that version of you, but the evolved version, that 2.0 version of you, then your beliefs, your values, your personal growth, your environment, and your behaviors all change to match those identities. Become that version of you right now. Like mama and daddy got a brand new fucking bang, bitch. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I have arrived. That is not who you must become. Okay, so hold on to that version of you that knows her value, knows her worth, loves herself or himself. Who knows what they bring to the table, who knows who you are. You need to know who you are. Step into that. I'm perfect. I'm freaking perfect. I'm amazing. I'm incredible. I am dynamic. I'm a once in a lifetime bitch or man. All of that. Step into it now. Okay? Now, I need you to fast forward. Go back to a time in your relationship where your SP checked all the boxes. Checked all the boxes. Okay, where you were like, this is my man or this is my woman. Like, fuck yeah, he is perfect. She is perfect. Go back and remember who they were for you. How do they make you feel? How do they treat you? How do they do all that? Who were they as a person for you? Because that version of your SP, you never questioned. You knew that they would call you. They always called you. You knew exactly how they felt about you. You never questioned if they made plans, if they were going to stick with them or come and see you. You knew they would. You also knew how they felt about you. Go back to that version of your SP. Again, remind yourself of who they were for you. And start seeing them. Excuse me. Start seeing them only as that version for you and only you. Right now. Thank you, Salty Dog. Start seeing them as that version for you. You have to see that version of your SP, because what's the alternative, for Christ's sakes? I want you to ask yourself right now, what is it about your SP? Why them? Why are you choosing to manifest your SP back? Why do you want them back? Why them and not someone else? What makes them your person? So why would you choose to see them any other way? Why? That's your person. And that person, that version of your SP is who you fell in love with. You need to see your SP from this point forward, forget who they were 1 minute ago. You need to start seeing your SP as your perfect person. Again, because that version of him did all the things you wanted him to do. Glad I could help you out, Mina. Is that why I've sneezed twice in the last 2 days, Mina? Because I don't sneeze outside of the live anymore. So this is your fault, bitch. Stop manifesting that crap. Okay? So. I love that for us, Bevy. So anyway, you need to step into that version. You need to see him as that, because the reality is the version of you that you were in the beginning of your relationship and the version of your SP that was perfect for you, that was checking all those boxes that you never questioned, are the two versions that fell in love with each other. You need to select that version of your SP again. That is now who they are. There is no other version of your SP that exists right now or moving forward except for your perfect person, period. There is nothing else. There is no other option. You are the option, and he is your option, period. Okay? That's what I want you to remember. Because the reality is, every time you think about them, they think about you. This is how this works. It's called thought transmission. It goes both directions. I think we forget that. So every time they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them, which is oftentimes why you have to try to not think about them, because they're thinking about you. So this is why when you'll be going about your little happy ass day and all of a sudden they'll pop into your mind, they're thinking about you. That's why. Or you'll recall randomly a certain memory. That is because that is the memory they're recalling. You have been in contact with your SP all the time. Ever since you last verbally spoke to them, you have been in contact with your SP, because every time you think about them, you are sending them a message. So what message are you constantly sending them? What message are you sending them? So this is why you need to control what they're hearing when it comes to you and them. Okay? Which is why if sometimes there's a random thought that pops into your head and you've never thought that way before and it's not good, that's because they're thinking maybe you've moved on. No. So you send a message back. No, absolutely not. We're together, baby. Okay, this is how this works. They have thought about you since the day you guys last spoke in the 3D. They have gone down memory lane after memory fucking lane. They're looking at your photos all the time. They're constantly in your gallery looking at your photos. You think you're blocked on social media? I got news for you, sis. You got a stalker, okay? They're constantly looking at your social media content. They just don't want you knowing it. Every one of you. Every one of you, your SP is constantly looking at your social media. You just don't know it, because how many people do you know how many of you have a fake account? Yeah, well, they do too. Sorry, spoiler alert. And that's what they're using to spy on you, to look at you. Okay, so now you're going to leverage this. We're going to leverage this, okay? And we're going to leverage all of this knowing that I'm in control. I need to start expecting something different. I need to start knowing something different about my SP. Okay. I need to start, because either way, you're expecting something. You're either expecting them to contact you, to want to be with you, to want to talk to you, to want to see you, to break no contact, all this stuff. You're either expecting that, or you're expecting them to ghost you, not want to be with you, not want to talk to you, moved on, want to be with somebody fucking else, all that shit. Either way, you're expecting something. So what do you have to lose if you just start expecting what you want instead of what you don't? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by just saying, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to have. I don't need to question shit. So you're not going to question a goddamn thing. Today and all weekend, you will not question shit. Do you understand? That's how this works. Because the minute you stop questioning and you just do, boom, no contact's broken in the 3D. Boom, they message you on the spot in the 3D. Because you stopped questioning, you stopped checking. Okay, so if you are new here, I want you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, you better straighten your fucking crown. And you better straighten it right now. Do you understand? Because here we get what we want, and we get it when we want it. Period. We don't wait. We don't settle. No. When queens and kings give a command, do they ever have to check, question, wonder, worry, doubt if their command will be fulfilled? No. When queens and kings give a command, there's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to worry about, doubt. Nada. They expect. They know. They gave the command, they know, and they expect it to be fulfilled. Period. That is what they know. That is what they know. You now are going to expect your SP to contact you. Brandy, I know, bitch, because you're good at this shit. Whoa, excuse me. You're going to now start expecting something different from your SP. You are going to expect them. I love your incognito account, Bippy. You're going to start expecting something different from them. You're going to start expecting them to consistently contact you. They contact me every fucking day. What are you talking about? Okay? That's how this works. So you have your SP's photos out. I do put you on a brief pause. I do pause this live so that I can go to the ladies' room. I'm excited for it too, Yari. I am going to put you on a brief pause so I can go to the ladies' room while you do this, okay? It won't be as long. But anyway, if you're on I want you to say it out loud. If you're alone, say it with a little bit of backbone, okay? Chen, you're in a queen of hearts, for Christ's sakes. When queens and kings give a command, they're not like, you're going to contact me right now, right? No, that is not. Yes, Jules, you absolutely can do that. You can 100% tell them they hate fucking gutter trash. Okay. So that's what you want. Okay. Yes, you command, you don't ask. And because remember, it's tonality. It's tonality. Of course he liked your story, girl. Yes, Laura. Yes. I tell you guys, you should downplay the whole liking of the stories. I don't like anybody's fucking story. So the fact that they liked yours, good. That's definitely movement. Great movement. So if you're if you're alone, if you're not alone, say it in your mind. Don't look like a fucking wacko, okay? Okay. So if you're in no contact with your SP, or you're in contact, but it's not consistent contact, then you're going to tell them to contact you right now. Yes. So you're going to look at their photo and you're saying, you can say contact, calling, texting, doesn't matter. However they would naturally contact you is exactly how they will. So you're going to look at their photo and say, you're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. Like, not another fucking option, bitch. You're texting me right now. That attitude. Okay. If you're in consistent contact with your SP, then you have choices. You can tell them they're contacting you right now, or they're coming to see you today. You're coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. If you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, all that shit, then you have options. You can tell them they're contacting you right now. They're coming to see you today, or you can have fun with it. You're buying me flowers today. You're bringing me dinner tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're sending me this specific text today. You're giving me sexy time tonight. You're massaging my feet tonight. You're giving me a massage tonight. What the fuck ever. Whatever you want. The world is your playground, so have fun with it. Start playing. Because like my client says it best, she says, it's so weird. They're like robots. I said, I know. You just have to give them the right program. And that's what you're doing by commanding, telling them what they're going to do as if it's a fact. No questioning, nothing to check. Do you understand? So now, go, I got to go to the ladies' room. So go give your commands and expect them to contact you. And we are back. Now, there's nothing to fucking check. If you haven't been paying attention, there's nothing to check. You're just going to let it go, let it flow, and expect them to contact you. Duh. Seriously, duh. Okay? That's what you're going to do. Because it's ridiculous for you not to do that. Okay? It's completely ridiculous for you not to do that. Okay? Okie dokie. And why in the fuck I got a notification? Oh. It's for my daughter. They said someone is attempting to log into your Instagram. Yeah, I got her email on my fucking phone. Yeah, that's right. She's 14, not 40. So there's that. Okay. So if you want me to, in case you're new here, I'm your manifestation bestie. I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption, and everything else is leverage. Everything is leverage to work in your favor. I obviously know that sounds good to you. So click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong, I highly suggest you do that. I am the low price leader, literally, in the coaching space. I refuse to raise my prices and charge you an arm and a fucking leg to get the love of your life back. That's stupid. But I'm good at it. I'm very good at it. Okay, someone called me a wizard yesterday, or no, a couple days ago. Because she got contact same day from her SP. Okay? And it was a lovely conversation. So anyway, that's what I'm here to help you do. Okay, I have a WhatsApp community that is lit and full of success stories. They come in every day, all day, every day. Okay? There, you also get advice in the WhatsApp community as well. We do not abandon you. I have text coaching as well, and I have, I like to leave voice notes because if it's more than 4 fucking words, I'm voice noting that shit. And then on top of that, I also have guided meditations, hypnosis studies, all the things to hook you up. I saw it, Mima, so I'm going to respond to you, okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. He's texting me right now, every time. Every time. Oh, yep, he's texting me. But again, get excited about it, okay? Get excited when you see signs. Get excited about the signs that you see, okay? So it's like, because you'll see them often. So like my big signs were butterflies. I saw butterflies all the time. And I would get excited about it. Even now, I smile when I see butterflies. I'm assigning a new meaning to butterflies because I said, why can't I assign signs? If I can sign, if nothing has meaning until I give it a meaning, then why can't I leverage signs to manifest for my people? Why can't I do that? Okay. I can get signs. Okay, Courtney, I'll check it out. If I can get signs and I can assign meaning to whatever I want, then why can't I assign certain signs? Like every time I see a fucking butterfly, because I see them all the time, is that means that, or a crow, because you can hear them, okay? I see them all the fucking time. And so it's like, then why can't I be like, every time I see a crow, yeah, my clients are getting contact with their SPs. My clients are getting movement, okay? With their SPs. Oh yeah, I see 2 of them. Oh yeah, my clients are getting back together with their SPs, period. Okay. And then I have a sign that's just for me for something new that I'm manifesting. Obviously not SP related. Okay. Things like that. So, because nothing has meaning until I give it one. Okay. So get excited about it. Like if you guys see a butterfly or a bird or whatever, or his car, and you have given it a meaning, get excited about it. Be like, oh, because that's what I would do. I'd see a butterfly or 2 butterflies. I'd be like, oh yeah, he's texting me right now. Oh yeah, he's thinking about me. And 2 butterflies. Yeah, my manifestation is here, bitch. That's the attitude I had. Because remember, tonality is a lot of communication. So if that's the case, then I'm going to get excited about every time I see my sign. I'm going to get excited about it because that's tonality. That's matter of fact. That's all right, Tyrese. So when you see that, be like, oh yeah, he's texting me right now. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Right? Like all of that, you need to understand it's the little things. The little things are working in your favor. It's the little things. It's the little like a surety that you can create when you're saying certain things, right? Exactly what I just said right now is like, it is yours, bitch. That's right, baby. That's right. It's a cute house. It's a cute house. Okay. That's right. She got a showing. She got a showing. But what did she say earlier when we talked? She goes, that house is mine. Yep. I want that house. And so that's the house I want. And that is the house I will get. She wasn't over here like, oh, please, maybe please. Can I get the house? No. So that's the tonality. Okay. You see their car all the time. You're like, that's right. Snaps for Bevy. Snaps for Bevy. And when you see something, right? Just like I gave you the perfect example, Tyrese, that's what I would do. It's because the assurity, the certainty, right? Is instead of being like, oh yeah, he's texting me right now, right? Or he's going to text me. It's like, no, he's not going to text me. That's like saying it's an option. No. Oh yeah, he's texting me right now. He totally is texting me right now. That's a conversation. That's an inner conversation. Okay. And you're saying it in a way that is different in the tonality spectrum where it's like, well, yeah, that's a fucking fact. Oh, I'm excited for you. Snaps for funny because I'm super excited for you and to work with you. You see what I'm saying? So I really want you guys to understand that this is how it works. I want to create, and you guys should remember this, is I want to create, I know I love, and I was telling Bevy this earlier, is I love that members in the community are helping each other, right? Like Tamara knew that Bevy was looking for a home and helped her find one. Like, that's fucking amazing. That's amazing. I would not even know where to begin when it comes to UK. That's right, Woo Pig. It does. It does. This is why certain things you'll be like, why do you have an attitude? And they're like, I don't have an attitude. I'm like, well, then you need to work on your communication because your communication sounds like you're a bitch. It is, Chelsea. It is. It is an amazing community where everybody gets to know each other, you know? And so breathe as much tonality into it. Keep that in mind and be like, okay, tonality means everything. And this is an inner conversation that I'm having within myself. So if I can add the tonality into it, then it's going to push out faster than just being robotic. Robotic, there's no tonality there. Okay. But when you do robotic affirming, you can say it like I said it, like it's a fucking fact. Yeah, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. That's a fact. Okay? A surety, certainty. That's a fact. Okay, that's right. Okay, because I gave you guys a challenge that you guys have until Sunday. If you are in no contact with your SP, which people that accept this challenge, we get people that break no contact every time I offer the challenge. And mostly it's always on the weekend because I know this is when you guys quiver. It's the weekend, which is why I go live on the weekends. Okay, to help you, keep you in track. Okay, so and you just press that little paperclip icon and upload it. Okay, so I want you to really, really have that be your focus. Tonality. I'm going to create tonality. So affirmations, if you are in no contact, to break no contact, would be exactly what I did to break no contact. Quickly. The ones I just said, bitch. Yeah, this is no spiral weekend. That's right. This is no spiral weekend. Bevy cannot handle it. At all. Yes. So you can always tell yourself that you have the thickest hair. Like my hair, every day my hair gets thicker and thicker, like literally thicker and thicker. Okay. Stop acknowledging hair thinning. Okay. You can placebo it to say, every time I drink water, my hair gets thicker. Okay. Shampoo. If you wash your hair every day, every time I use this shampoo, my hair gets thicker. Therefore it does. Okay. Every time because that's the whole thing with products. The products don't work at all. It's your assumption of the product that works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Before she goes off on your asses, be careful. So, be patient with Bevy too, please. Be patient with her. Okay. Because she works hard. She works really hard, and we care about each and every one of you. Okay. So, you can say any of that stuff because products don't actually work. Anti-aging cream doesn't fucking work, only if you believe it does. Yeah, Bevy. Only if you believe it does, which is why it works. Or you can sit there and be like, well, I hope that we'll give this a try. No. If you take vitamins, it's every time I take vitamins, my hair and skin gets, I get a glow up. Every time I take vitamins, I get a glow up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You have a great weekend too, just wowie. Okay. All of that stuff. You're in control. So add as much tonality as possible. Like have fun with it. This is not supposed to be a job. So because I promise you, this is what I want you guys to focus on. When you say your stuff, I want you to focus on within our conversations, tonality. Okay. Tonality, literally laugh to yourself. Okay. Like laugh to yourself. Like he totally just contacted me. He's absolutely he's literally contacting me right now. Yeah, he sure the fuck is. I know he is. See what I'm saying? Confidence, okay, assurity. And so focus mainly on, from now until Sunday, tonality into the words that you're saying, the things that you're saying, because you will notice every time I added tonality into it, it pushed out faster within hours. Okay, this is fucking crazy. It would push out faster within hours. Okay. Yes, Woo Pig, and it's on, the link is in my bio. Okay, they push out within hours all the time, every time, because I just say it as in a joking way, or like, that's my fucking sign, bitch. Yeah. My manifestation is here. Tonality. And then pushed out. Because I would add the tonality into it. So that's what I want you to focus on when you say your stuff. Say it in a joking way or a matter of fact way. Like, oh yeah, he's definitely contacting me today. I know this for a fact. Like, yeah, he's totally contacting me today. Absolutely, bitch. I'm so excited to hear from him today. I know I'm going to hear from him today because like he always contacts me. See what I'm saying? It's like I'm having this inner conversation, and you could say it out loud if you want to really control that tonality. But even like when I say it in my mind, I'll say something and I'll be like, oh yeah, definitely. I'll say it in my mind, but then I'll just laugh about it because yes. And then it pushes out. Remember that. Should you answer when he calls? Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like break my back. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm in the shower and my boyfriend calls, I'm not going to like I'm not going to jump out the fucking shower to answer his phone call. You know what I'm saying? But, but I'll answer his phone call. You know, I'll call him back. You know what I'm saying? When I'm done, you know, or if I'm like in a whole nother fucking room, I'm not going to jump and run to the phone. I'm not going to do all that. Okay. But again, that's because it's the certainty. I don't need to jump and run to the phone. I know who it is. I'll call him back. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. And then if he responds, I'm not going to, if he sends you a text, Again, I'm not going to come off as somebody who's like literally been there. Well, then do it, Anne. I'm not going to like run. Okay, funny. I'm not going to run like and text him back like I've been sitting on my phone the whole time. Even now, I don't do that. Even now, I don't do that at all. For what? For what? That's desperate energy, and I don't need to have desperate energy, you know, and I'm in a whole relationship with my boyfriend. So I won't, I'm sure you will, baby, because your phone will be going everywhere, because you're required to have your phone with you everywhere. I'm just kidding. But I will answer, or I will text him back. Sometimes if I'm busy, like I'm busy, what the fuck? So like it'll take like 20, 30 minutes, and then I'll call, and then I'll text him back. Sometimes it's an hour. So what? I got a text while I'm on this live, so it's going to be 2 hours. So, you think he cares? No. You know what I'm saying? So it's like things like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's not a time. It's just like, a tyrant. That's right, bitch. Get busy. I'm just kidding. Right before you pat back on, Bevy, I was like, Bevy's not doing her, because I ran out of time. I couldn't do the cord cutting. And I was like, Bevy's not doing her fucking job. I love her ass. Yeah, Sherry. Like, that's the thing, is you don't give anything another option, okay? So if your brain says, no, he's not going to call, it's like, of course he is. Why the fuck wouldn't he? He's absolutely going to call me. Of course he is. Tonality, assurity, certainty. Because you're saying it the opposite way. You may as well say the opposite. And that's where, all right, this weekend, some point, because I don't know, I'm thinking Sunday I might I'm going to see, well, no, I feel amazing. I feel amazing. But I need to go through my plethora of techniques that I have and see where I can help you guys the most in this fucking negative thought shit, because I don't get it. I don't get it. I just did it. I wasn't like, he's not going to text me though. No, what the fuck? He's always calling and texting me. He texts me good morning every single fucking day. Like, what? Yeah, he does. That's why they call it a rampage. When they say rampage, because you say it with tonality. You're not yelling, right? But you say it like it's a matter of fact thing. And then don't think against it as often as possible. Why would you? Why would you want to be like, he's not going to text? Is that what you want? No. So because of that, no, what the fuck? He's absolutely, and you can literally have that. Again, remember, it's an inner conversation. It's an inner conversation. Okay. So you have to really remember that and be like, thanks, Tamara. You're right. Someone has to keep Bevy's ass in check. No, Deriz, but I can go ahead and make one. I'll write that down. Let me write that shit down. Rampage. Rampage. But what I did do is post in the WhatsApp group under affirmations help. I'll repin it because I think you can only pin things for, I think, like 30 days. So I'll repin it again where I wrote an example of a rampage that I used. Okay. So, like I wrote one as an example, but it's just something like this. Okay. Which this is something that you only say once, maybe twice a day. That's it. Okay. This is not something that you do often. Okay. I recommend you say it once, maybe twice a day. Why? Because these are random things you're saying and you're not thinking about it again. And what do you think pushes out? That shit. That's why the negative shit pushes out. Okay. Oh, look at Bevy. Such a go-getter. Such a go-getter. Such a team player. That'd be great. Thank you. so much. Snaps for Betty for being amazing. So what, yes, thank you, Bevy. I'm well aware. I get the reminders. And I definitely cannot run over today because I have a hard stop because I have back-to-back calls for the next 4 hours. But that's all right. How else can I help people? Okay. So an example of a rampage would be this. Like, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He texts me good morning every single fucking day. Like, he's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now, right? Those are my core affirmations, but I added in, he texts me good morning every single day. Okay. Then I'm like, no one compares to me. I'm all he ever thinks, or no one compares to me. He wants to, he can't imagine his life without me in it. Like, he literally worships the ground I walk on. He loves to spoil me. He's constantly buying me flowers. He's always taking me on dates. He wants to live with me. He wants to marry me. He wants to be with me forever. Okay. That's an example of a rampage, right? But you see how I said it? I wasn't like, he's always calling and texting me, right? It's like, I have fun with it. I would say my rampage out loud because I could say it with tonality. Okay. There we go. It's pinned to the top of affirmation help. Okay. So that's what I would do, but you only say it once or twice a day, max. Because I only said mine, I think, once a day. Because you'll start to notice that they will start to do the things in your rampage. So, like, I've used this example numerous times. My boyfriend would start sending me good morning texts. It was like, and I knew it was my affirmation because it would be like 2 p.m. And he'd be like, good morning. And I'm like, your ass has been up for a while. Good morning to you too, honey. Okay. When we were in contact, I didn't need to text him first because I knew he would text me good morning every day. Duh. Okay. And he would do it. So then he would say, then he told somebody, he said, I'm never going to stop talking to her. Like, I'm going to talk to her forever. Like, period. He can't imagine his life without me in it. Then he told somebody that I'm everything they're not. That is, no one compares to me. Then he started talking, I'm like, he's constantly talking about our future, right? Then he started talking about our future together. Different things like that started showing up from my rampage itself because I only said it once a day, but I never said that shit again. I never said it again. That's it. That's all she wrote. But I never said it again because my main focus was on my core affirmations. You should only have 5 affirmations max as your core affirmations. Don't change them. Don't waver from them. And it should go in order of the steps, right? Which is why, like, you can't have them ping-ponging back and fucking forth. Okay, so he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about, leading to contact. He's always calling and texting me. Contact. He's constantly spending time with me. Escalation in relationship. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Relationship. That's the only affirmations. I did not change them for one hot little fucking second. Not for a second. Okay, so when all of those started happening, when we were constantly spending time together, I was still saying all of those affirmations. But then I added 3 additional affirmations that I would just say on a loop separately. Okay. So then, now we're constantly spending time together. So because I was trying to think when I was on a call the other day, I said, for people that are spending time with their SPs, but want a relationship, a commitment, relationship, right? I said, what the fuck did I say? And so I'm literally thinking on the call, and I said, I remember what I said. I was like, that's what I did. Because I wasn't walking around like affirmations, or relationship. This is relationship. This is a relationship. I wasn't doing that. But what I was doing, good salty dog. But what I was doing is I would say, we're great. We're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. We're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. Period. And anytime there was a disagreement, we're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. We're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. Those are my go-tos. At any time there was a disagreement, that is what I would say. And we don't disagree at all. Like hardly ever. Never an argument for sure. Things like that. Okay. So that's what your task is, to add tonality into your shit. That's what you're going to do. Tonality, because I'm trying to speed this shit up. You're not bad at this, Linda. You're not bad at this. What you're bad at doing is checking the fucking 3D, because how many times? Oh, okay, Tamara. So, because how many, listen, how many times do I have to fucking tell you? You're not bad at this shit, but you went digging. Why? And now you're upset because you found something you didn't want. You wouldn't have had to do that. You wouldn't need to check. So stop doing that shit. Do you understand? I got a jet, guys. Thanks, Bevy. I love you, bitch. I got a jet, guys, because I got calls, literally, for a while. Okay? I got to rest this voice, but I ain't got rest for the weak. All right. I love each and every one of you besties. If you want me to manifest your recipe for you at one-on-one coaching with me, all links are in my bio or description. Okay. I go live every single day at 10 o'clock for about 3 hours. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of the U. So go ahead, head over there, subscribe, watch the replays. So it can keep you guys on fucking track. And actually, why don't you try doing, here's a concept. Why don't you try implementing? How about that? I love you too, Shantae. How about you actually start doing what the fuck I say to do? And then you wouldn't be in here whining all the time. You'd actually get your shit. How about that? So this weekend, what are we doing? We're going to focus on tonality in your affirmations, in your inner conversations, all tonality. Add in the tonality, the assurity, the certainty. Laugh at it. Do whatever you got to do. Okay? You understand? All right. I got text coaching, WhatsApp community, all the good things. So let's go. Let's get it popping. Let's go get your SP back. All right. I love you, besties.